Your physique says a lot about you. It speaks volumes about you. And in this day and age, that is something that is kind of taboo. A lot of people are going to go in defense mode. They're going to get defensive about it because they're getting offended by the fact that it is just part of human nature to view people in a certain light based off their physical appearance. And even those overweight people that are saying it's not fair and that it's prejudiced or bigoted or fat phobic, whatever you want to call it, you know, all of these politically correct terms that a lot of these people love spewing out. Even those people that are severely overweight themselves, when they see somebody that is overweight, they have the same judgmental views, they have the same judgmental thoughts that they condemn other people for having. And they, you know, you can question them and they'll argue you up and down, probably go to their grave before they admit that they think the same thing, right? Even some people in my comments, they're going to come out with, it's not all about that, and that's so shallow, and it's all about your intellect and all of that good stuff. Well, believe it or not, being out of shape shows a lack of intelligence. It is what it is, right? I'm not saying that the person is unintelligent. There's very extremely intelligent people out there that are overweight, but it is something that shows a lack of intelligence about, hey, look, my physicality and what I put into my mouth, no homeeasy, is something that is based upon intelligence, because eating donuts, cramming my mouth with donuts, nachos, enchiladas, sloppy joes, cheeseburgers, day and night is not intelligent. It is very unintelligent, it's very unhealthy. And people naturally are going to make assumptions about you, whether you like it or not. Like I said, I get a lot of arguments in the comment section. You can keep arguing me up and down. What's going to happen is you're going to get blocked, right? And you could keep coping with that thought in your head that, hey, people are going to judge me, and people should just judge me off of excuse me, personality, right? And people do judge you off of personality. This is very true. I met some extremely nice people that are overweight, but even, I don't care. Look, I'm gonna say it to you harsh. I'm gonna say it to you cutthroat. I don't care how rich, smart, academic, studious, industrious you are. When you are out of shape, deep down inside, people are making that judgment in their head, deep down in the recesses of their mind, especially if you are a man. Women could get away with it a little more, sort of, because, you know, we do live in a very gynocentric society, I guess some people call it, whatever, gynocentric, whatever the hell they call it, okay? But they're not safe either, though. They're not safe either. People deep down inside in the recesses of their mind, they don't give a damn how much of a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, zillionaire you are, because that is another huge argument a lot of people try to use is, oh, you just need to have money, this and that. It doesn't matter how much money you have. People in the back of their head are going to have thoughts about you, and, you know, they're going to be like, dang, this person doesn't take care of themselves. You know, this person is not somebody that takes after themselves. And your physique, believe it or not, man, it says a lot about you. You know, it says a lot about you. It's a physical receipt. I've heard, you know, other content creators say it. I got to give credit where credit is due. I think it was Luther Velsurian. Damn, keep messing the brother's name up, man. Or Southpaw Huncho, one of those two brothers that make great content. They said, if, you know, your physique is a receipt, a physical receipt showing how you treat yourself. And it really does speak volumes, because in order to be fit, in order to be low body fat, that is a clear indication that you have been taking care of yourself. That's a clear indication that you actually give a damn about what you're consuming. It shows that you take care of yourself, that you're strong, that you're able-bodied, that you have mobility, right? When you're overweight, people are going to automatically assume, hey, look, this person might be slower. This person might get winded real quick. He's probably not as proficient. And he probably does not take care of himself. And a lot of people, man, they have, it's harsh. It's very harsh. But another thing is with people that are bigger, other people are going to perceive them as, hey, maybe their hygiene isn't that great. It's straight up. As horrible as it sounds, other people are going to, people are going to automatically think, man, the hygiene probably isn't that great because it's hard to get around, right? And if they're too lazy to monitor what they eat, they're too lazy to work out and be active, it's gonna subconsciously, people are gonna associate it with all other facets of their life. Well, hey, maybe they're too lazy to go bathe themselves or clean up like they need to. And yes, spirituality, your intellect, your personality, those are all extremely important factors. Those are extremely important factors that you need to cultivate. Never said they were not, but we just cannot be ignorant and act like we don't live in a physical world. We can't just be oblivious and delusional and act like we don't live in a 3D realm. Sure, metaphysics and this might be an illusion, a world of illusion and stuff like that. Whatever the case is, we're here and we see things, right? We see things in their physical form. And that is something that is hardwired into our biology. And the reason why people judge based off of looks is, believe it or not, it's a survival instinct, right? It's a survival instinct, and it's something that is hardwired in us to help us navigate the world. And unfortunately, if somebody is out of shape, it is going to communicate on a biological level a lot of negative things. People are going to assume a lot of negative things. And sometimes they might be true, right? Like, let me give you an example. The obvious first thing that your physique says about you if you are out of shape is you don't eat healthy, right? And hell, that's actually not too far off from the truth, right? Because you don't gain 80 pounds from eating broccoli and chicken, right? You don't gain 80 pounds from eating Brussels sprouts and shrimp and steak and lean cuts of beef, lean cuts of ground beef, turkey. You don't gain 80 pounds from that, right? You don't gain 80, 50, 60, whatever extra pounds from eating ground turkey and lean beef and veggies, right? You eat it from Little Debbie's, from donuts, stuff like that. So the things that people are going to think, and what the nonverbal communication that your physique speaks is, hell, a lot of times it's true, right? A lot of times it is true, and you don't want to project yourself in the world in that type of manner, because people can sit here and claim that they don't care all they want. We've seen all of these celebrities switch their tunes, right? The main one is Lizzo. She used to always come with that body positivity, blah, 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 and I love myself the way I am, all that bullshit. Then she lost weight. Why do you think she lost weight? Like I said, you could be a millionaire and people are still, your physique still speaks volumes about you. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire. Your physique is a living embodiment of what's going on inside. People, talk down so much on videos like this and call it superficial, when it's the most foolish shit on earth, when a lot of those people turn around and say, oh, it's all about your money. So that's not superficial, because, you walk around with your body. Your body is the only thing you have. That you literally carry your body around 24/7. That's literally one of the most important things that you have, right? And being in shape, right? Being in shape It gives you mental clarity, right? It gives you mental clarity, mental sharpness. So yes, being in shape does have intellectual benefits as well. People might, it's called the halo effect, right? It's called the halo effect. When you're in shape, when you look good, people are just going to automatically give you all of these good attributes. And like I said, sometimes that might be true, right? If you're a sharp looking girl, sharp looking guy, people are going to assume that you are a little more meticulous with things. They're going to assume you're a little more disciplined. And that is a lot of times true. Now, you do have undisciplined, fit people that eat like shit and are alcoholics and stuff, but eventually that catches up, right? Eventually that catches up. So, you know, don't come at me with, yeah, I know a fit person that does drugs and smokes weed and drinks liquor. It'll catch up at some point, right? But that's what a fit, on the other hand, that's what a fit physique says. It says discipline. It says, hey, I take care of myself. I put in work. I'm strong. You know, if you're fit, people are just going to assume that you are strong. And like I said, they're not too far off from the truth. For you to have that type of body, for you to have that type of physique, for you to be fit, you have some sort of strength about you. You have some sort of physical capability. When you're out of shape, people are going to assume the exact opposite. They're going to assume that you're going to get winded quick. They're going to assume that you're soft. You're going to look soft. Your physique itself is going to look soft, right? Not only soft as in personality wise, but soft as in body wise, because all that excess fat, especially for men, it looks soft. It looks very flabby. It looks very unkempt, and it just looks unhealthy, right? So yes, your physique speaks volumes about you, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's fair, whether you think people should be more fair, whether you think people should be more considerate, all that good stuff. But yet you have the same thoughts of an out of shape person your damn self. You're just not going to admit it, right? No matter what society told you, it is what it is, and it's not going to change because it's biologically wired in us. Peace.